So in this tutorial, I'm going to share my screen and show you step by step how you can create a one-page website on WordPress. This is the website that we are going to create. The website have a hero section, a call to action, a gallery section, and also a contact us section. And you can add multiple sections depending on your specific need. And all we are going to need in order to create this website is WordPress installation. As long as we have WordPress installed on your website, this is all we are going to need. And in the case where you don't have WordPress installed on your website, I have a tutorial that I will show you step by step how you can install WordPress on your website. I'm going to put the link in the description. So if you haven't installed WordPress, go to the description of this video and watch the tutorial to install WordPress on your website first. When you install WordPress, then you can come back to this tutorial and we are going to get started. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen and we can get started. Okay, so right now I'm in my WordPress dashboard, and in order to get started, I'm going to come to pages and I'm going to add a new page, and we are going to call this page home, and we are going to click publish. So we are going to build this page. We are going to build this website with Elementor page builder, and Elementor is one of the most flexible page builders on WordPress, and we are going to use the free version, so you don't need any subscription. If you have Elementor installed, you are going to see this button, edit with Elementor. If you don't have Elementor installed, Elementor is just a plugin that you can install on your website, and I also have a tutorial on how to install Elementor. So if you don't have Elementor installed, you can just go to the description of this video, watch the tutorial and install Elementor. It's just a plugin. When you install Elementor, you activate it. When you create a new page, we are going to see this button, and when you see this button, you simply click on it in order to load Elementor page builder. Okay, now that Elementor finished loading, this is our edit page. This is where we are going to start editing our page. Right here from this left sidebar, this is our widget. We can drag this widget and drop them to our page and start building our page. But before we get to that, you see we have a home, which is the name of the page, and we have the name of our website up here, and we have some navigation menu, and we don't want to have all of this. We just want to have a clean page, an empty page to start building our site. So we are going to come to this setting, this gear icon, and we are going to scroll down and we will choose hide title. So you see the title of the page disappear, and we are going to, under page layout, we are going to choose Elementor canvas. And so now we have a total empty page that we are going to start working with. I'm simply going to click publish to save my changes. And the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create the first hero section, which is the top section of our one-page website. And we are going to do that by adding a container. We can either click here to add a container, or we can click and drag and drop a container from here. We can simply do this. It's all the same, and our container has been added. This is the container that we added on our website. We are going to have this a banner, a background banner on this container, and an image of a person, and some headline and a description and a call to action button. So to get started, I'm going to start by creating the image that we are going to use on this site, and we are going to use Canva to create images. And don't worry, you don't need a subscription of Canva. All we are going to do, you can achieve with the free version of Canva. So we are going to click create in Canva. When you search canva.com, you are going to land here, and I'm going to create a custom size right here. And I'm going to choose 500 width and 500 height. And I'm going to click create design. Okay, this is our Canva edit page. I'm going to start by adding a frame. I will come to element and I will search for frame. And I'm going to choose this cycle frame. I will click to add it to the page. I will drag to make it bigger. And I am going to add an image inside this frame. So I'm going to come down to image section. Right here, photos, and I'm going to search for a picture of woman traveling, something like this. Okay, I like this picture right here, but one thing to keep in mind is any item, any element or image that you see with this crown item, it means you can only access it in the pro version of Canva. But stock images are easy to find, so you can go to Pixels or Pixabay. You can find free images if you go to Pixels.com or pixabay.com. You are going to find a lot of free images. You see Pixabay.com, you are going to find a lot of stock images that you can simply search and download. I am simply using Canva because I have access to the pro version, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to click and add the image to my design. I will click and hover over the frame, and now you see we replace the frame with this picture. I'm going to double click and I will make it center, and I will make it big like this. Okay, this looks good. The next thing I will do is I'm going to add the same image, so I'm going to click Ctrl C and Ctrl B. I will remove it from the background. I'm going to click BG remover to remove the background. And keep in mind also, removing background is only available in the pro version of Canva, but there are many tools that you can use to remove images background. I'm simply using Canva because I have the pro version. If I drag the image over the frame, it is going to replace the image in the frame. I don't want that, so I'm simply going to come to element, just to add a temporary element to block it. I will remove the search, and I'm going to add this. Okay, just to block it so it doesn't keep trying to replace the image. And I'm going to drag this one. Oops, I'm going to right click, layer, and bring to the top. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to drag like this to make it big. Okay, I'm going to send it back so that I will remove this item that we don't need. And I will select this, come to transparency, reduce the transparency, and I will try and adjust it so that it looks very close to the one that we have in the background. And I think it looks very close, so I'm going to do this, make it big again, and I'm going to come to background remover again, or edit, and I'm going to do erase, increase the brush size, and I'm going to delete the bottom part of the image. And I will come back. So you see part of the graphic is inside, but some of it is out of the cycle, and that is what we need. The next thing I might want to do is maybe I will remove this side a little, so I will select it again, come back to edit, and I will click this gear icon, and I will delete this side a little more. Okay, when I come back, okay, now we have a more perfect cycle. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some cycle decoration behind the frame. So I'm going to, under elements again, I'm going to search for cycle. And I'm going to come to graphics. Okay, maybe this one looks nice, so I'm going to click and add it to the page. I will drag and make it big like this. Okay, I'm going to change the color of the cycle. Right now we have this yellow, I want to make it orange. I will select this orange and change it to the main color that I want to use. This color is the one I want to use for call to actions. And then I'm going to right click and send it to back so that it is at the back. And I'm going to select everything and group and make it fit the entire page. And that is it. The next thing I will do is I'm just going to download it. Make sure there is no background in the image. I'm going to click share and download. And PNG is selected. I'm going to choose transparent background, and I'm going to download my image. Okay, now my image has been downloaded. The next thing that I want to have is a background image that I will use for my banner, with a background image that I'm going to use, kind of like a banner. And to do that, I can come back to Canva and I can simply create a new design. But this time I'm going to search for banner. Under template, I'm going to search for website banner and click enter. Okay, this size is good enough for what I want, so I'm going to click and open it. I'm not actually going to use the design, but I just want to use the size. Okay, I don't want to use this design, so I'm simply going to add a new design, and I'm going to delete this one. Then I'm going to come down to images section or photos, and I'm going to search for maybe sunset. And I'm going to just find an image of a sunset that look nice. Maybe this will do, so I will add it to the page, right click and replace background. Or maybe this looks better, so I'm going to add it, replace background, and I'm going to export the image, download, and download it as PNG, this time with the background, and just click download. Okay, now my image has been downloaded. I'm going to come back to my website and I'm going to select my section. I will come to style and I'm going to, under background, I'm going to choose classic. And right here, I'm going to upload my background image. Come to upload file, select file, and I'm going to select this background. Okay, now that it's finished uploading, we are going to click select to add it to the page. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is, you see the section or the container is too small, so we are going to increase its height. We are going to come back to layout, and right now minimum height is set to default. We are going to increase it to something like 550 maybe, or 500. Let's see. If we remove the editor, yes, 500 will do. So we are going to come back to style. You see the image, the background image is way too big. So we are going to scroll down, and image resolution, we will leave it as full. Position, we are going to change it to center. We'll do center, center. And default size, we are going to change it to cover. And right now it looks better. Attachment, we are going to leave it as default, and repeat, we will leave it no repeat, which doesn't matter. So this is our background header. The next thing we will do is we are going to add a background overlay, which is a color that is going to make it more easier to read the text that we are going to add on the container. So we are going to come down to background overlay, and background type, we are going to choose classic. This time we are going to add a color. So we are going to have a color code that I want to use, so I'm going to add it here. You can drag and adjust and choose a color that you want, but this is the color that I want to use. We can increase or decrease its opacity. I'm going to make it something like, no, that is too much, so I'm going to try 55. Yeah, 55 will do. The next thing we will do is we are going to add an image in the right side and some content on the left side. So we need two containers, left and right, and we are going to drag a container and add it inside the main container, and we will duplicate it. Right click and duplicate. So now you see we have two containers inside the main container, but they are one on top of one another, and we want them to be left and right. So we are going to choose the main container, and we will come back to layout. And right here under direction, we are going to choose vertical. Oh, sorry, we are going to choose horizontal. So now you see we have them left and right. And one more thing we will do is we are going to make them center. So align items, we are going to make it center, so that the containers are going to be in the center of the main container. And we will come back to all element, and we are going to add an image in the right side. So we can drag an image here. You can search for widget here, or if you find them easily, you can just drag and drop. And we are going to click choose image, upload files, select file, and we are going to upload this image. We click open, and we will click select to add it to the page. Resolution, we will choose full, and this we are going to leave them as default. Under styling, we can remove the editor to see exactly how it looks. It looks a little too big, so we are going to reduce its size just a little. Under max width, we can change it to 80%, and if we remove the editor, this looks better. Now we are going to add some content on this side. We are going to start by adding a heading, and this is heading, so we can click, drag and drop it here. And since we are creating this website for a travel website, maybe we can change it to something like choose your next destination, or choose your next vacation destination. Something like this, and we can change it to heading 1. We can come to style, and text color, we can change it to white. And under typography, we can click the pencil icon. We can change the font family from Roboto to maybe Oswald. Okay, we can increase the size, maybe 45. Okay, 50 is better. And maybe we can increase the width from 600 maybe to 800. Or maybe 900 will do. Yes, 900 is better. And we can add a smaller heading at the top, so we can come back to all elements. We can drag and drop a heading at the top, and we can say something like, welcome to our website. You can replace our website with your name or whatever. Since this is a test website, we are going to change it to heading 4 so that it is smaller. We can come to style and we can change it to white. And the typography, we can change it also to Oswald. And we can change it also to black. And there is too much gap between this small heading and this big heading, so we will select the big heading, come to advanced. We will unlink this margin so that we can add individual choices, and at the top we are going to reduce it by 10, so we will add minus 10. So you see it come closer to the small heading. And we will add a small border down here, so we will add a divider. We search divider and we drag and drop it here, and we will make it left align. We will reduce it from 100 to something like maybe 60, and we will come to style. We can change it to white, or instead of white, maybe we can change it to the orange color. And the gap, we can take it out entirely. We can increase its weight maybe to 2 pixels. And now we can remove the editor and see how it looks. Okay, this looks better. Next thing we will do is we are going to add a call to action button. So we come back to our editor. We come back to all elements. We will add 2 buttons down here. One left, one on the right. And to do that, we are going to add a container below this divider. So we are going to drag a container and we will place it below this. Let me just put it here so I can drag this and put it at the top. Okay, now we have a container that we can add 2 buttons inside it. So we can come back to all elements and we can search for button. We can drag and drop it inside, and we will style this button. I'm going to start by, maybe this is going to be about us, and we can add a link that we want people to go to when they click here. We can click style, and we can change the background color to that orange, and the text color of the button we can leave it as white. And typography, we can change the typography of the button. Maybe we can do Oswald on the button also. Yes, we can, and we can change it to something like 22. No, that's too big, so 17 is better. And we can come down to padding or border radius. Border radius is a corner of the button. Right now it is slightly cornered. If we add 0, there will be no corner at all. If we remove, you see there is no corner. If we want to add a little corner, we can add it here, but I don't want to. And the padding of the button, the padding at the top is a little too much, so I'm going to unlink them. At the top, I'm going to add maybe 12. At the bottom, I'm going to add 12. Left and right, maybe 30. At the top and right, maybe 10 will be better. Okay, if I remove the editor, yes, this looks good. The next button we will add is going to be, we can duplicate this one. And this next one, we can say something like contact us. And for this button, we can add an arrow to make it a little bit nicer. So we can come to icon and we can click icon library, and we can choose, we can search for arrow, and we can add an arrow, or maybe you can search for envelope since the button said contact us. So we can add this, and we can add it in the end, and we can adjust the spacing if we like. Oh, I don't really like the envelope, so I'm going to change it back to arrow. And we will use this one. Okay. Okay, but there is one little problem. We want the buttons to be left and right, not one on top of one another. So we will choose the main container that the two buttons are inside, and under layout, we can change the direction to horizontal. So now they are left and right, but there is one more problem. You see, the button is not perfectly aligned with the text and this border, and that is because there is padding inside this container. So we will select the container, come to advanced. Under padding, we are going to add 0 on all sides. So when we remove it, now you see they are perfectly aligned. The next thing we are going to do is we might want to change the hover effect of the button. When you hover over the button, we want them to do something different. So I will select this first one. I'm going to come to under styling. Normally we can leave it as it is, but under hover, or I will select and copy this color. So we leave it as it is, but hover, when someone hover over it, we want the text color to be that orange, and we want the background type, the background color, to be transparent. We can drag this down like this, and border, we can add a border color, we can add the orange, and when we hover over it, this is how it looks. But the border is not visible because we didn't add a border in the normal side. So we can come back to normal, and under border type right here, we can choose solid, and we can add a border width of 1 pixel, and the border color is going to be the same orange. So now when we remove the editor, when we hover over the button, you see this is how it looks, and that is what we want. So instead of doing the same with the second button, we can simply right click on this one and copy it, and we can right click on the second button and do paste style, not paste but paste style. And now you see it have the same effect. The only thing we will want to change is this icon position. We want it to be at the end. We can come back to all element, and we are going to click publish to save our changes. And this is how our main hero section is looking at the moment, and I like it. The next thing I want to add is a little rounded corner at the bottom of the section. So I'm going to come back, select the main container, under style, I will scroll down to shape divider, and I will choose bottom, and I will scroll down. I am going to choose this wave, and I can scroll down and make some changes. Height, I'm going to reduce it. Oh, I don't really like the waves, so I'm going to change it maybe to curve. Yes, curve is better. I'm going to do embed. You see right now it curve inside, but I want it to curve outside, so I'm going to do embed. And now you see it curve a little when we remove the editor, and that is what I want. So I'm going to come back to all elements, click publish, and save my changes. And now we finish our hero section. The next section that we are going to create is going to be about us section, and we are going to start creating our section by adding a container. And this section is going to be white, so we don't want to add any background to it, but we do want to add an image in the left side and some content about us on the right side. So I'm going to go back to Canva, and I'm going to create a new image, add a page. I'm going to come to elements, remove the cycle, and I'm going to add this shape. I'm going to bring it off like this, make it big like this, and I'm going to change its color to the green color, and I'm going to copy the background image that I use here, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and I'm going to detach it from the background. I'm going to make it the same size with this image. I'm going to layer and send it to back. Then I will select this hard color. I will come to transparency, and I will reduce its transparency to something like this, maybe 70. Okay, the next thing I will do is I'm going to add an image of something representing us. Since we are creating a travel website, I'm going to search for, find another image of that represent travel. Maybe this will do, or maybe this one. So I'm going to add it, I'm going to adjust its size, make it the same size as the other element, like this. Make it bigger. And I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to select the main background, click delete so that we have an empty background. Or we can take this one off like this and bring this down so that the image remains at the top. Okay, this is what we want. So I'm going to click share, download. I will choose transparent background, PNG selected. I will choose a page, which is going to be current page, page 2. Done. I'm going to download. Okay, our image finished downloading, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to add 2 containers inside this container. So come back to all element, add a container, duplicate the container. We have one on top of the other. We don't want that, so we'll select the main container. Under layout, we will change its direction to horizontal, so they are like this, and we are going to change their alignment to center. So the next thing we are going to do is under the same main container, we are going to add padding, or maybe we will not add padding right now. Let's start by adding an image here. And we will select here, upload files, select files, and I will select this image and upload it. Okay, I'm going to click select to add it to the page. And it is added, but it is a little too big. If we remove the editor, it is a little too big, so we might want to reduce its size. Or you know what, I don't really like this image of this person, so it look a little dark. I want a more brighter image, so just give me a second. I'm going to change it, then we are going to replace. Okay, I created this one, which I believe looks a little bit more bright, so I'm going to replace this one that I downloaded previously. Okay, we can click select to replace it. Okay, this looks better, so we can, under resolution, we can change it to full, and style, we can reduce its size a little bit, maybe 90% will do. And we are going to add some information on this side, and I'm going to come back to all elements. We are going to add a heading, and this heading we are going to say about us. And we will start by changing the text color to this green, and typography, we will change it to Oswald, and we can make it maybe 35 or maybe 40 will do. Okay, this is good. So we can add a small heading at the top, or maybe we're not heading, we can come back to all element and add a divider. We can add it at the top, and right here in the settings we can choose add element. We can add a text, and we can replace the text with something like get to know us, and the text is going to be inside the divider, and that is what we want. We can reduce its width to something like maybe 40, 35 will do, and we can make it left align. And we can come to style, and gap, we can remove it entirely, and the color, we can make it that green, and the text, we can make it left align under position, and we can change its color also to the green color. And under typography, we can change it again to Oswald. And maybe the size is good enough. We don't need to touch the size, so we can just leave it like this, and maybe we can reduce it from 35 to 30. And there is too much space between these two, so we'll select this heading. Under advanced, we will link margin, and we reduce the margin top by 10 or maybe by 15. And when we remove the editor, this is how it looks. So next thing we want to do is add a text, some information about us. So we can come back to all element, and we can select text editor, and we can drop it here. Now this is the information about us, so we can copy it and duplicate. so that it is a little big, a little not too short. And we can Control C again, come down to the bottom, and we can paste it. So now we have enough information that can be our About Us information, and we don't need to change anything about this text. The color and the size all look good, so we can come back to all element, we can remove this, and this is how it looks. The next thing we might want to do is reduce the size of this image a little more and add some padding between the container at the top and this container. So we will do this, select the image and reduce it to 80. And if we remove the editor, this looks much better, so we will add some paddings. We select the container, under advanced we unlink the padding, and at the top we are going to add 40, bottom 40, maybe left and right is going to be 30. Let's see how it looks. Maybe top and the bottom is going to be 60, or it's good. We can just leave it like this and we can save our changes. The next section we are going to add is a call to action for people to subscribe to our newsletter. So we are going to add a section, add it like this, or we can drag and drop here. It's all the same. And we are going to come to style, background type, we are going to choose classic, we choose image, and we add the same image that we previously used. This is the one that we use at the top. We will do the same settings as before, which is going to be size is cover, center, and we can scroll down to background overlay. We choose classic and we add the green color. And we can make this a little more dark. Okay. We can come back to all element and we are going to add a heading. And we can say something like subscribe to our newsletter. And instead of doing all the styling manually, I can simply come up here, right click and copy, and I will do right click and paste style. So now I have the same style. All I need to do is just make some adjustment, make it center, and this one is H2, which is good. And typography, we can reduce the size maybe to 35, or maybe 30 is even better. We can come back to advanced and we can remove this, make it 0, and we select the main container and add some padding. We unlink it, and top is 40, top and bottom 40, left and right is 30. Okay, then we are going to, maybe we just increase this a little bit. So 35 will be good. And we will add 2 elements, a text left at the left and a button on the right side. So we are going to add a container. And inside the container, we will add 2 more containers. We will add one here, and we will right click and duplicate. We will select the main container that the 2 are inside. Under layout, we will change the direction to horizontal, so we have left and right, and we will change its alignment to center. We will start by adding a text, so we will come back here and we will add a heading. Right click and copy the style, and right click and paste style. So we will say something like stay connected by subscribing to our newsletter. Something like this, and we will change this to maybe heading 4. I will fix this typing mistake, so we'll come to style, make it left align, come to typography, reduce it to maybe 28 or maybe 25 will do, and we will add a button here. So I will just come up here and copy this button, and I will paste it here. And I will change the text of the button to subscribe. And this button, since we are asking for newsletter subscription, I will change it to envelope. select this or select the button and come to style and make it center. And this one, I will make it right aligned. So when I do this, doesn't look good. So I'm going to have to do something like this. Or maybe simply I will do this, move the description up here, and I will make it center. Instead of Oswald, I'm going to change it to font of this text. So I'm just going to copy this text, copy it, then I'm going to add a text editor. We can add our description right here. I will delete this one, make it center, and make it white. And come to advance. On margin left and right, maybe I'm going to add 20 left and 120 right. Not enough, so I'm just going to add 200 left and 200 right. Okay, then I'm going to drag this button and put it below the description. And then I'm just going to delete this container. Okay, there is too much space in here, so I'm going to, under margin, I'm going to reduce it by 20. Okay, when I remove this, this is how it looks, which is good enough. The only thing I might want to add is maybe increase the size of, increase the actual content of this description. It will look better, so I will just do this. And this will be much better when we remove the editor. Okay, this looks good. The next section we are going to add is going to be a gallery. So I'm just going to search for gallery. And basic gallery, I'm going to, I'm going to have to add a container down here. So I'm going to remove here, add a container down here, and add the same padding, which is going to be top 40, bottom 40, left and right 30, 30. Okay, then I'm going to search for gallery, basic gallery, and I'm going to add 6 images. I'm just going to come right here and download 6 images, and I will add them in my gallery. Okay, it has been downloaded, so I'm going to come right here. Okay, next I'm going to come back here. I'm going to click add images, come to upload files, and I'm going to select these 6 images and drag and drop them to upload them. Okay, now they finish. I'm going to click create new gallery and insert gallery, and I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to start by image resolution. I will change it to full. Columns, I'm going to change it to 3. I want to have 3 columns. And caption, I don't want to have any caption, so I will choose none. Link, I will leave it to none also. And order by, I'm going to choose random, so they are going to be ordered in a random way. I'm going to come to style, and border radius, I'm going to leave it as no radius, but I'm going to add some gap. And instead of 15, I'm going to add 5. And when I remove this, this is our gallery. This is how our gallery looks now. What I'm just going to do is add some margins, left and right. Unlink this, and left I'm going to add 50, right I'm also going to add 50. And then I'm going to add a heading at the top. And I am going to drag and drop it. I'm going to call it gallery. And instead of styling it manually, I'm simply going to copy this one and copy and paste style. Oops, now it is white. It blends in, so I'm going to change it to the green. Okay, now it is visible. Maybe we'll increase it to 40. Yep, and then I'm going to add a divider at the bottom. So come back here, divider. And I'm going to reduce it to 15 will do. Center. and come to style, Gap 0, and I'm going to change its color to green, and this will do. When we remove the editor, this is how it looks, which is good for what we want. And then now we are going to save our changes. The next section we are going to add is going to be a section for people to contact us. We have a section for our hero section, about us section, subscribe to our newsletter, and our gallery. So if someone wants to contact us, this is what we are going to add next. And instead of adding everything manually, I'm going to just right click and copy this one. Then I will come down here, right click and paste. Then we are going to go ahead and make some changes. First, we are going to remove this image because we don't want to add an image here. Then I'm going to select the section. This divider, we are going to bring it to the top, not to the bottom. So I'm going to come to style and shape divider, and bottom we are going to make it, we remove it, this curve, we remove it, and top we are going to add it here. And we are going to invert, and it is too much, so we are going to reduce it to something like 20 will do. If we remove the editor, okay, this looks good. The next thing we are going to do is make some changes, which is going to be starting with this one. Have something to say, or looking for something. And then we are going to change this to contact us. And right here, we are going to remove this container entirely. We are going to add a short description below, so it's going to be text editor. And we will drag this to the top. This is not visible, so we will change it to white. This can be just a description of, hey, if you have something to say, talk to us. And then we are going to add an icon below this, and we are going to choose an arrow. This one will do, and we will make it white and make it left aligned. And then we are going to add a contact form right here. Oh, there are too much space, so we are going to come to padding -20, or maybe we add margin bottom -20, or maybe -25. Okay, and this icon, maybe we can make it center or right. Let's see which looks good. Yeah, so we are going to leave it as right align. Then we are going to add a form here. We are going to click publish to save our change. In order to create a form, we are going to need a contact form plugin, and the contact form plugin I use is WP Forms, and I just created a full tutorial of how to create a form with WP Forms. So if you don't know how to do it, simply go to the description. I will put the link and you can learn how to create your form. But for now, I already have my form, so I'm going to search for WP Forms, and I will drag and drop it here, and I will select my form, which is going to be my contact form. This is too big, so we are going to go ahead and make some styling changes. Starting with the field, we want them to be small, and if we come down, border side and border radius, we can change border radius to 0. Background white is good, border is good, text is good, label style is good. Or maybe we are just going to remove label, or we can leave label. Container style, this is going to be in the Pro. So we are going to have to make some changes in the form editor, in the actual form editor. And in order not to waste our time, I'm simply going to go ahead and change the color of the button to the orange one. Then we are going to do a little something to fix it. This orange. And we are going to come to advanced Padding, we are going to add 25 on all sides, and then we come to styling again, or maybe under here we come to background and we add a white background, and maybe, oh no, we don't need to add a border, so I'm going to remove this and you can see how it looks. Okay, now this looks good. The only thing we might want to do is maybe we are going to remove one field or make this field closer to each other because they look too wide. So we can save our changes, and we are going to need to add a padding. Right here is too close to the top and the bottom, so we are going to come here, select the section, under advanced we unlink it. Top we are going to add maybe 60, bottom 60, left and right we are going to add 30. And we can remove this to take a look at how everything looks. And one thing I might want to do is reduce the opacity of the white background here. So I'm going to select the button, the form I mean, come to advanced, under background, the white color we are going to reduce its transparency a little bit like this. And when we remove this, now this looks a little bit better. And we are going to come here, click publish to save our change. And what the next thing we are going to do is, let's review the page entirely. If we come from the top, this is our hero section. This is the about us, subscribe to our newsletter, the gallery, and the contact us section. We can come back here and we are going to link these buttons. For example, since this is a one-page website, we don't want people to go to other pages. We can add a link that when people click this button, they are going to scroll to this section. And we can do this by adding an anchor, because this is our about us. So we can search for anchor, menu anchor. We add it right here. And we are going to write about here. And then I'm going to copy it and come to the button. And under content right here, I'm going to add a hashtag and add the about. And when I click this button, now it will scroll to this section. And the next one is contact us. We are going to come down here to the contact section. I'm going to add the anchor, menu anchor, or maybe we add it at the top here. And I'm going to add contact and copy it. Then I will go back to the button, contact us button. I will add a hashtag and paste it. Now when people click the contact us, they are going to scroll to the contact us section here. And we are going to save our change. The one final button is this one, subscribe to newsletter. This is going to have to be, if you have a newsletter, maybe in CombatKit, in ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, you will link this button to your form, to your newsletter form. And the next thing we will do is make this page mobile responsive and tablet responsive. Starting with the tablet version, if we click up here, this is how it looks on tablet devices. This heading is too big, so we will select it, come to style. All the changes that we make to the style are only going to affect people who are using a tablet device now. So we are going to reduce it to maybe 45, or it's too much. So yep, 38 is good. Then we'll scroll down here. We can increase the size of this image to 100. And we scroll down. There is too much margin here, so we will remove it. This is good. This is good. And this also is good. So we are going to click publish to save our changes. And the final thing is the mobile version. This is how it looks to people using a mobile phone device. We are going to start by this one. Remember, this red banner at the top is not part of the build. It is only visible because the website I am working on is not live, it's under construction. You are not going to see it. So we are going to click center. This one we are also going to center it. Oops, I forgot to connect my computer. This one we are also going to center it. And these buttons are good enough, or we can select the container, and under layout we are going to change it to center, so they are also perfectly center. This is good, this is good, this is going to be center like this, and we are going to maybe increase its width like this, and this one is going to be center, and this one can stay as it is. This one is too big. Typography, we can change it to 25. This one we can remove the margin and the padding. This is good. The gallery is good. All we need to do is maybe select it and remove the margin so it is big enough. This is good. We can make this one center, and this one also we can make it center. The divider also we can center it. This text also we can center it, and this arrow we can hide it entirely because it doesn't make sense in a mobile device. So we come to advanced, we scroll down to responsive, and we can choose hide on mobile, so people are not going to see it on a mobile device. And this form is good as it is. We click publish and we save our changes. And the next thing we are going to do is view our page. Click view our page, and this is how our page is going to look like to visitors without this red banner at the top. Of course, if we scroll, you see these are all the sections that we have created, and our website is looking good. We have all the sections we need. If we scroll to the top again, you see if we click this button, it scrolls to the About Us section. If we click this Contact Us button, it will scroll to the Contact Us page. So this is how you can create a one-page website using Elementor on WordPress. The next thing that you can do is spend some time adding some sections, making some changes to make it exactly like you want. And if you want to learn more about the best add-ons that you can use to make your website even better, you can check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.